Black Friday is upon us, so today is part one of our deal haul. What sets are we picking up and which did we miss? We've had some amazing sales from Lego Shop at Home, from Walmart, from Target, from Amazon, and more. And the talk of the Lego investing community recently has been Lego Insiders Weekend. Some highlights include the A-Frame, the NES, the Eldorado Fortress, and of course, the UCS AT-AT at 20% off. But we'll notice what's missing from this page are the sets that have already sold out, including that UCS AT-AT and the Ninjago City Gardens that we've talked so much about this year. And on top of these upfront discounts, we're getting double VIP points, meaning 10% of the purchase price comes back to you. And if that wasn't enough, we have this retro record player gift with purchase available on all purchases over $250. And we have a second gift with purchase, this winter holiday train on anything over $170. So the deals have been outstanding, and I know I've had to be very selective about the sets that I'm buying. Did you pick up any of these sets, Kevin?
I did, DG. I made one purchase, and I'll tell you that story in a second because it's kind of interesting. But also, the Ecto 1 was 20% off, and that one has sold out. That's probably gone for good at this point because that's been out for a number of years. If it had retired a couple of years ago, I think that would have been a pretty good one to go in on, but the longer shelf life, I did not go for that one.
Also, the price bump from $200 to $240 killed that set for me.
And then there was one other one that sold out decently quick, and that was the Target exclusive Harry Potter Weasley's Wizard Wheezes. And what was interesting about that set is it was one of the few that was not exclusive or hard to find, which meant that you could get the full 15% Rakuten cash back on that set. Whereas most of the others, it was only, I think, 3%, but a standard 2.5% Rakuten cash back to 15% on Weasley Wizard Wheezes. Get 3 of those, get those 2 GWPs. Pretty good deal. I thought of that too late and it was already sold out, and I probably should have pulled the trigger on one order of that. So back to the set that I got, I did 0 online orders. I missed everything. And the reason I missed everything is because I was recording that video and I dropped it at 1 a.m. You know, I was going as quick as I could and got that video out at 1 a.m. thinking I'll have until 2 or 3 in the morning to pick up Ninjago City Gardens and a couple others. And nope, they went quick.
I really wanted to pick up a Ninjago City Gardens, but it sold out in the USA within like 5 minutes.
Yes, crazy quick. But the question you asked me was, did I pick anything up? And the answer actually is yes. I was able to get one of these in store with all the GWPs on top. I missed out on the 3% Rakuten, but the following morning, I called up my Lego store and they said they had 3 of them. And as you know, they do not hold sets for you in the Lego store because they fly off the shelf on promo weekends. So I did end up getting a City Gardens. That was the one that I wanted most. So of course I got the Retro Record Player GWP and the Christmas Train GWP. And interestingly enough, on eBay, now this is basically one day out, so none of these are from online orders or people picking them up in store, but sold for $100 with $20 of shipping. Scroll down here, they're more like $50 or $60, but here's both of them with free shipping for almost $100. I do think that these prices will go down.
When this GWP first leaked, I looked very closely at this and I was really impressed at the part count and the bulk of this set. I don't think they've made a record player before. It looks like there's some functionality, some moving parts there, so that's really cool.
Yeah, the kickstand comes down, you can close it up. I think the needle moves around just a little bit, and I do think the table spins.
Yeah, this looks amazing. This looks honestly above and beyond what most gift with purchases are, compared to something like that Micro, Rocket, Mars, Classic Space, GWP. Those are just little trinkets, a couple of parts each. This looks like it could be sold as a real set. And one thing that's come up when we've evaluated past GWPs is if it looks like it could sell on its own as a standalone set, that's generally a good sign for the aftermarket value. And then looking at the holiday train, 294 parts, but I'll just say, looking at the bulk of this set, this looks like way more than 294 parts. Again, this looks like it could be a standalone Christmas train sold for 30, 40, maybe Lego would try to get $50 for this.
Yeah, this is definitely a larger, more bulky Christmas train than similar sets in the past. And one thing I heard, I think I saw a comment on this somewhere, is that this actually fits on the Duplo track. And so for little kids to roll that around, that's kind of cool. And so on eBay, this one's doing okay too. Here's 26 with $9 of shipping, 34 shipped, 40 shipped.
Just look at that part usage on the cow catcher on the front, those flags, and then on top you have the Monkey Kid Cloud Smoky Wisp coming out the smokestack. Awesome looking set. And hey, if I'm only going to get $30 for mine, I think I might actually keep it and build it. So by the time the Lego website had stopped crashing and actually let me in, the Ninjago City Gardens was sold out, and I was wavering on the UCS AT-AT. Even at 20% off, $680 plus tax means that I'm out the door at around $750. And yes, I get the GWPs and the 10% back in VIP points, but that's still a lot of money for the UCS AT-AT, especially considering Walmart put this set on sale for $600 even, and again, it sold out within minutes. So at Lego's sale of $680 plus tax, I just couldn't pull the trigger on the UCS AT-AT. Of course, I do have my open and built copy for personal build, so I felt okay missing out on a sealed copy. So I looked at the Eldorado, couldn't commit. I looked at the Corvette, but again, that 20% off just wasn't quite enough for me. But one set that I did decide to pick up is this NASA Space Shuttle Discovery. That discount stack was just too good, so I picked up 2 copies of this amazing Space Shuttle set.
So did you pick up 2 for one purchase to get over that threshold?
I did.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to go, because you're at 160, you need another 90 at $320. I'm close enough to the 250 threshold that it doesn't completely dilute the value of those.
Right, whereas the UCS AT-AT at $700 should be good for like 3 of each GWP, but it just doesn't work that way.
That's the problem with the huge price sets, is any GWPs are so diluted that they don't really factor in that much.
Other than day one GWPs for UCS Star Wars sets, they don't really do GWPs at a $500 threshold. Yep. Maybe they should start.
I was going to say, that might be kind of interesting if they did that once. I bet you they'd sell some of those UCS Razor Crests if they did that.
Well, it's funny you should mention that. UCS Razor Crest not retiring, so we're not buying it for investment, but today that's under $419 at Target.
Really? I didn't see that.
So even if I did want that for personal build, just like you, I am running out of cash. And part of the reason for that is that the other retailers got a little bit ahead of Shop at Home with their discounts. And so I've been spending like a madman on great sets at amazing prices from other retailers. Now, there's been a lot of sales that come in fast and furious, but KDX, since I know you are such a Sonic fanboy, what do you think about this set on sale for $45 at Walmart, down from its $80 MSRP?
Pass.
Really? You're the Sonic guy.
Wait a minute. I thought you were being sarcastic. I like the Sonic brickheads, but haven't you heard me trashing this set in all my videos for like the last year and a half? I have never liked this set. I don't like anything about it. I'm sure at $45 it does a decent return, but I didn't want to start another SKU, so there was no way in the world I was going for this set. Unless if it goes 60 to 70% off, then eventually you push me to where I have to pick some up. But at this 3% off, I'm not in on it yet.
Well, I don't know anything about Sonic, but when the set first came out, I thought it had potential, but now we have those new Sonic play sets. That's only part of the reason why I don't think this set will do well. The build looks incredibly tedious, low minifigure value, good price per part, but a lot of those parts are tiny little parts. And just like you, I didn't want to start another SKU. All right, KDX, but what about this? Here we have last year's trash compactor diorama that was available for 30% off despite being fully 1 year retired. I'm not getting off my soapbox. This is the nail in the coffin that says Lego Star Wars dioramas, not good investments. If there was any doubt before, here's the prize winner. Everybody was talking up this set thinking it's going to be such a good investment and it's iconic, blah, de blah, de blah.
I feel like you were mimicking me because I feel like I was one that was talking most about these sets being good investment. I got all 3 of the original wave of dioramas. I think my average buy-in price was 45% off. So I'm still not too worried about it, but they're going to be a longer hold time. And yeah, it's crazy that they had to discount this another 30% off to finally clear out the last of their stock. I think it is officially now sold out. You know what, DG? I'm going the other way. Now that the dioramas are finally sold out, again, hopefully, now they can start to grow in that value. They can triple or quadruple in value. It's going to be amazing. Man, I can't believe it. And I don't understand it. They're small, they're detailed, they're easy to display. You can put a lot of them on a shelf. They're from the original trilogy. They have minifigures. Some of the minifigures are exclusive. They're Star Wars. Like, why are these not that popular so far?
I know why. It's that they are scenes. Lego Star Wars fans want to build vehicles, ground vehicles, starships. If we look at Lego Star Wars playsets, it's usually the location-based sets that flop and don't do well.
But helmets aren't vehicles and they have no minifigures.
Yeah, but people can identify with helmets. These are the favorite characters, although we do have Kylo Ren coming in 2025. Not sure how popular of a character that is, but it should be a cool looking helmet
though.
All right, our next set that Walmart put on discount, the Ideas Globe. So everybody watching, the only reason I was able to grab this is because Kevin shot me a text saying, Globe at 160, get on it. Be quick. I was able to pick up 3 of these sets from Walmart at $160 with a tax exemption and some Rakuten. That means I'm out the door at like $159. This set's been pretty under the radar, but I have had my eye on it for most of this year. Looking on eBay, it's selling close to its MSRP now. On Amazon, it's going for MSRP with 1,000 bought in the last month. And look here, only 12 sellers. If we look at those sellers, a couple at retail, And then as soon as those sell out, we have one person at 260, and then it jumps to 300. We have some sellers at 300, then 315, then 320. So what we're seeing is as soon as this set is gone and it sells through those couple of third-party sellers selling at retail, your price is going to be $300. And if you got it at 160 like I did, and like I think you did, obviously that's a great Lego investment.
Yep, I picked up 2 of them and it was awesome. My Bucky app started jumping. Those Walmart deals surprised all of us. We were not seeing those coming. I don't think they were advertised. That was just out of the blue. I think they were middle of the week too, right? I think it was November 18th.
So on a Monday?
I think middle of the day, right?
That $600 UCS AT-AT was the same, just dropped out of nowhere, unadvertised. Walmart's been pushing their Walmart Plus early access to the deals so hard. They really want that service revenue from people signing up and forgetting to cancel Walmart Plus. But it's been strange that some of the best deals of all, they've just dropped on us out of nowhere and not marketed.
Yeah, because that Globe at 160, 30% off. I have not seen close to that anytime to date. And what's weird too with the Walmart Plus thing is now, at least some of the deals I've seen where you have to be an annual Walmart Plus member to get the deal. So you can't even do like a monthly, get the deals and then cancel. You have to be an annual subscriber.
Well, I suppose if you're high enough volume, it does make it worthwhile to spend $80 and order a few $1,000s of Walmart discounts. But I myself am pretty tapped out of cash. I will not be doing that.
Me neither. Even though we do have some pretty good deals coming in a couple of days that are Walmart Plus members for the first 5 hours, noon to 5 p.m., and then everybody else can go after them. And that starts on Monday, the 25th. This will be posting after that date. But the office is going to be $70 instead of 120. You think there's any chance that that is still around after the 5 hours of Walmart Plus members?
I think even if Walmart has thousands and thousands lined up ready, I think there's no chance that survives 5 hours.
Gone. That's my opinion too. So I'm just not going to get it. I picked up 3 at full price from Walmart, and I picked up 4 more from Shop at Home, and that's how I got 4 of the 5 Books Are My Passion GWPs. So at least those have done pretty decent, so that I won't be too far off from the $70 price point that everybody's going to get a bunch of them at. Most people are going to be average $70 to $80 buy-in price, and I'm going to be average closer to $100 buy-in price. So I'm kind of screwed with my 5 The Office sets. So I might have to like open them up and build a mega office at some point, because we'll see where they go.
Just stack them, multi-tier modular office. We did get a comment asking us why not return some of those F- graded sets from our last episode. And that's certainly an idea. It can work at a small scale if you get 1 or 2 damaged sets, or you just make a bad buy and you want to undo that. But at a large scale, you don't want to put yourself on the radar of these retailers. And if you start to have too high of a return rate, they will not like that and they could potentially ban you. I myself am going to be returning a couple of damaged sets that came, but it's only maybe 3 to 5% of the total amount I've ordered.
So I actually have 4 more office sets that I will be returning because I ordered double than what I wanted from Walmart, knowing that they were going to send some of them to me in poly bags and they'd be destroyed. And sure enough, they did, and they're destroyed. So those I don't feel so bad about. Because, I mean, look, if they show up like somebody stepped on the middle of the box, those I'm fine returning. But for me, I don't like thinking to myself that, hey, I have a safety net here if I make a bad purchase. I think if I did have that approach or had that in the back of my mind, I'd be a little more cavalier about which purchases I made, and I don't want to do that. I want to do all the research and try to make the best purchases I can, and sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't. And also, we do need the retailers. They're a big part of us being able to sell in the secondary market, and so I don't want to mistreat them. I thought it was a good deal at the time. I thought fair was fair, and it's going to be a small percentage in the long run. The vast majority of my purchases have been A's in my opinion, so
yeah, well, lots of stuff is A's in your opinion.
A pluses. All right, so DG, you got 3 globes and I got 2 globes, and I got 1 other set that went out of stock very quickly at Walmart on huge discount. The A-frame cabin. Now, I know you and I have talked a lot that at $180, probably not a great investment. We've also talked about how it's an idea set. It's a really well-built set. It should have some longevity. It could be a longer hold time. But Walmart, again, surprised all of us and sold it for $120. So I said, yep, I'm getting one of these. It might end up being for personal collection. I definitely was going to get one before it retired for my own collection. I don't know if I'll get any more or not. I did not get the 20% off with the GWPs at lego.com. Maybe I will before all this is done, but I did want to at least pick up one, and I felt like $120 was a pretty good buy-in price.
Yeah, 33% off. That is a great price. And even if the shop at home discounts by the time you sell the gift for purchases and use the VIP points, even if those are a little bit better technically, those are after the fact discounts instead of upfront. And You ordered one, but if you'd wanted to order 2, 3, 4, or 5 from Walmart, could have easily click, 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 done that in seconds and not spent a couple minutes adding it to your cart on Shop at Home. I think you're going to do great if you decide to hold your one copy for investment. I chose to sit this one out. I missed the Walmart sale for $120. I think it sold out within a couple of minutes.
It was quick.
But talking to other LEGO investors and seeing how many players with deep pockets are looking at this set, I decided to steer clear.
Yeah, maybe I'll get one more from Shop at Home now that I'm seeing that those GWPs are on the higher end of where I was predicting. There are sets that I like for personal collection that I'm also confident will go up in value, but maybe it's not on my hit list for investing. Maybe I don't have the capital to go deep in it. Maybe I don't want to open up another SKU. And so I end up getting one, and then it ends up exploding in value. And then I'm torn, like, oh shoot, I got one for myself, but now should I not open it? Should I resell it? So Barracuda Bay is a good example of that. I got one and it's doing really well, and I really want to open it and build it someday. And so maybe I'll get one more A-frame just in case it does really well.
That happens to me too sometimes. Sets that I buy for myself end up exploding, and then I have a hard choice to make. But one thing you can do is keep your sealed copy to hold for investment. And if you want to build one, just buy an open one, a used copy on eBay.
That's actually a really good idea, and I've never thought of that. Yeah, I could go buy an open used Barracuda Bay.
Yeah. There was one more set that Walmart put on sale that I did go somewhat deep into, and that is this set right here. Set number 42138, the Technic Ford Shelby Mustang GT500 in lime green, $50 MSRP, and Walmart has had it for $25, half off. And a similarity I want to point out is that last year for Black Friday, Walmart also put the $50 Technic car on a half off discount. The McLaren Senna GTR, now it was out for all of 2021, 22, and 23. This year's retiring Mustang has been out for 22, 23, and 24, so identical 3-year shelf lives, identical price point, identical treatment by Walmart at Black Friday. How is this McLaren doing? Short answer, not good. Under its MSRP on BrickLink. If we look on eBay here, a year after retirement, we're only going for around 50, selling around 40 to 50. So after fees and shipping, we're not doing that well. Looking over on Amazon, we have no buy box, which means Amazon is suppressing this listing. It says, I think under our small head mode, we can't see, but it says here, not competitively priced. So Amazon is putting the brakes on this one. 97 sellers, starting around 58, 59 bucks. So if you bought at 25 and you can sell for more than double that, that's actually pretty good. After fees, you're going to be at a pretty decent ROI. If we wanted to see what that exact ROI would be, we can use the BrickBucks Ignite ROI analysis tool. Looks like if we sell for 59, after fees and shipping, we'll be left with 42. And since we originally bought for 25, that is a 70% ROI. Pretty good.
So as we've mentioned a few times on our Brick Talks, BrickBucks Ignite is a paid Discord program. There's a lot of good community conversation. That's how DG and I pick up these deals before they sell out in a lot of cases. As always, no pressure. It's not for everybody, but we just like to share that we use it and that we think there's a lot of value in it for where we are in our investing business or hobby.
And the good news is if you're watching this and you're on the fence, you're not sure, you can sign up with the link in the description and get 1 month completely for free. And if you decide it's not for you, you can cancel and it won't cost you a thing. I think this Mustang actually might do better than that McLaren because even though it's lighter and fewer parts, it's an American-made car. I think the potential demographic, at least in the United States, is going to be higher on this set than the Senna. So I picked up 14 of these from Walmart at 25 bucks.
The thing I like about this one is a lot less stickers than the McLaren. I did pick up a few of the McLarens last year. I've still got them, but I did pick up, I think, 5 or 6 of the Technic Jeeps that were also 50 bucks on sale for 25. And those are actually doing a little better than the McLaren already. So those are the ones I'm most excited about.
Hey, Kevin.
Yo.
Noticing a little bit of a new set behind you in your backdrop, man. Can you guess what set I might be talking about?
Let's see here.
Let me give you a hint. I'm actually looking at the same set behind me on my bookshelf.
Oh, the Snowmobile. There you go. That's
yeah,
funny.
buddy.
I thought that. I would have, had you not given that hint, I was going to go for this one, and I was going to say, how'd you know what that set is? But you probably would recognize there. But that's actually.
I also know what that set is.
What is it? Pop quiz.
It's the city recycling truck.
No, it's actually the city tractor.
No.
Yeah. Similar box art there on the edge, but it's that tractor.
All right, I'm canceled. I got to ship you all my inventory and retire from Lego investing.
But yeah, that's a fun little set right there.
That is a very fun little set. The $11 City Arctic Explorer Snowmobile. And the key feature here are these 2 seals, as well as this green little fish. Now, like we've talked about in the past, $10 city sets can perform amazingly. I'm looking at you, ATV and Otter Habitat. Brick set has it as 12 bucks, but on Amazon, this set is selling for $40 with 50 plus bought in the last month. Just a handful of sellers. We have 7 sellers total at the moment. But looking back at this otter habitat, what do we think made this set so successful? It's an ATV, a little nature build, pretty insignificant. What's responsible for this set going crazy on Amazon are these otter figures, which kids are going to say they want. The parents are going to go on Amazon. $40 is a lot, but it's not ridiculous. And if you didn't ever know this set was $10, you might just be willing to pay that. So I am counting on the same thing happening with this Arctic Snowmobile, $11 set, but recently Target has had it for $5.59, which is 49% off MSRP.
Yeah, DG, I totally agree with you on these $10 set. We've talked about it a few times. I wasn't really looking at these sets a couple of years ago, but doing more of my own research, podcasting with you. But these sets with the animals are great. We can get them for at least 40% off sometimes 50% off. And so if you're buying this set for $6, even $7, and then you're reselling after shipping and fees, you're making $25. You know, that's a what, 300% return on investment? Yeah, so I mean, that's amazing. But I do want to do a pop quiz here. I want to know how much these otter pieces are worth.
Something like $1.50 a piece.
Yeah, so I was going to guess $3 a piece.
Here we go. 2 sets. Oh, would you look at that? There's one in the A-frame.
Woohoo! I didn't know that.
Shoot, well, the value's going to plummet now. Selling on average, used or new, $2.76 or 74 cents. We'll average those to $2.75, and Kevin, you win.
It's the whole package together, which is themed around the animals. And again, without those animals, everything else loses its value.
A little bit of a throwback. Last year, we talked about this set on the podcast. We both agreed it was a good set. Little pop quiz for you, since you love to quiz me today, Kevin. How much do you think this set is selling for on Amazon today?
I'm going to go with 33 on Amazon. No. I forgot. It's the holiday season. I need to bump it up just a little bit because it's the holiday season. I'm going to go 37 on Amazon.
Oh, that is ambitious. I'm going to say 27. Let's find out.
Oh, oops.
Only $20. And look at this, 41 sellers.
Why do people go for the hen house and not the otter habitat? That's crazy.
Well, this one retired in 22 and the otters in 23. Yep. I guess people were high on animals in 22 and then this didn't perform, so nobody bought the animals in 23. I haven't done my final count yet, but I think I'm between 30 and 40 of the snowmobiles, all purchased at this amazing price. This is not a repeat of the Space Mech. I'm not buying too high. I'm buying the rock bottom price.
I was hoping you didn't bring that up. I was going to say, hey, did you have to dollar cost average any of those down like the Space Robot? But nope, you preemptively stole my thunder.
Looking on Amazon, today they're selling this set for 44% off, $6.18. That's almost as good as my buy price. 27 sellers, let's have a look. The lowest of which is 50% over the MSRP. So as soon as Amazon sells out at $6-7, the price is going to go immediately to $15. So even if I just sell for 15 at my buy price after these proportionally much greater Amazon fees on a small set, I'm still making 50% ROI. That's like $2.70. How do I lose?
Of course, if you multiply that by 100, not so bad. DG, another theme of sets that had some really good discounts at Target. I know you and I both picked some of these up. The $25 Speed Champions that are retiring at the end of this year, they all went for $13.99 last week. So I picked up 6 of the Ferrari 812 Competizione. I know I always say that wrong. I'm sorry.
Competizione.
Okay,
get
fine.
your Italian out, my man.
Say it for me. I can't do it. But yeah, so I got 6 of these, 6 of the Pagani Utopias, got 6 of the Porsche 963s. There they are.
I'm pretty high on each of these 3, in large part because they're going to have a shorter shelf life than the Lambo or the Lotus or either of the 2-packs. I do like the Pagani the best out of these 3 for personal. The shaping is just so unique with the cockpit that far forward. The Amazon supply and demand looks pretty good for all 3 of these sets. And looking here at the 963, in the lower right of the front of the box, we have the 24 Hours of Le Mans logo. I haven't seen anyone else talk about this, but that is huge collectability. There's a lot of especially European fans and racing fans who are into the 24-hour race. Could that logo on the box drive extra demand to this set? I think maybe.
I think so. And actually, let's take a moment to appreciate this logo. Look how great the design is of that.
It's one of the craziest things in all of automotive fandom. A 24-hour race, not distance, not time. It's just, nope, you're going to race the car for 24 hours and as many laps as you can do, you'll win.
Yep. It's all about the endurance. It's all about the manufacturing, the technology. It's like the testing bed of all future automobile technology. It is so cool. But yeah, I'm with you. I really was curious if the new new $25 price point. Now we're up to the $27 price point with the latest wave. If they would go on similar discounts as the $20 sets, and we have now seen that yes, they will. So I'm kind of back to my normal attitude on these, which is I'm waiting until they're at least $14 to go in on them. And we are going to get some of these for $10 to $12. Might be short, but I think that opportunity is coming because we got the Dom's Charger at, I think that one was 13, and we got the 007 Aston Martin at 11 or 12. And Dom's Charger is doing awesome. 007 Aston Martin is slow because it had a bunch of zombie stock, but that one will do fine over time. So I'm just back in my normal attitude regarding the single pack speed champion sets, regardless of what the MSRP is. I think $14, resell them for 30.
One thing I will say about this bright red Ferrari 812 is I think it's going to do way better than the dark red vintage Ferrari 512M, mainly because of shelf life. So it's sold out at the moment, but Target had the Lotus available for $12 and change. That's a pretty good price. We have to remember last year we saw two of the single cars for $10 from Walmart. Now this Lotus is probably the single car that I feel least excited about for investment, but it's also the one we can get at the lowest price. At the end of the day, it really doesn't matter if it's a good set or a bad set. It just matters how cheap can you get it and how high can you sell it.
Yeah, DG, I've got some really bad sets, but I'm really excited about them because of the very low price that I picked them up for. And a good example is the BTS Dynamite, $100 set ideas, but it went for $40, maybe $38, $45, somewhere in that range. There were a couple of retailers that had it around the 60% off. And I saw a lot of buzz. It sold out pretty quickly. People were excited about it. And I'm sitting here going, well, I picked up 10 of them about 6 months ago at Walmart for $30. I can't lose. I can sell them for 60 someday, which is still way below retail, and make a decent ROI on them. And so, yeah, I've got a few like that Creator 3-in-1 Main Street.
Yeah,
that's an
terrible set.
Yeah, terrible set, right? What does that retail for? Do you remember?
I think it's $140.
I picked up two of them from Walmart at $54. I'll be fine. Sell it for $95 probably and be like, look how cheap it is compared to retail, and I still made 70% ROI.
If you look at Rebrickable, there's some amazing Rebrickables for that colorful set.
That's another one that I'm actually thinking about opening the product and playing with, because you put two of them together, man, you can do some awesome stuff.
Like we've been saying, the last month has just been a whirlwind of deals. But did you see Target had the Taj Mahal for $67?
I did know that. I bought 3 for $67.19 after tax.
Now, architecture sets, good price per part, but it's so many 1x1s and 1x2s. I'm a little bit worried about oversupply on the Taj Mahal, especially in the US. There's not going to be as much appeal as, say, in India.
How many did you get?
I just picked up 2, but still at 44% off. I think you can't lose with that. You said you picked up 2 of these?
3.
So you got 2 globes and 3 Tajes. I got 3 globes and 2 Tajes.
And it's funny, both of those sets are relatively flying under the radar, but they're 2 of the most confident pickups that I've made in the last, number of months. That Taj Mahal at that price, I think that's an easy locally 120, regular MSRP set. $120 and not very long. I think that's a year after it retires. Easy to sell at MSRP.
Another set that Target had on sale is on my shelf behind me here. We've talked about this on the podcast, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
41757, the Friends Botanical Garden, $80 MSRP for over 1,070 parts. We were considering it at $60, but for $42 on Target, and then later Amazon matched that deal. This is a no-brainer. The Rebrickable involving 3 of these to build a super botanic garden is amazing. This set's retiring after just 18 months shelf life. And every year there's 1 or 2 Friends sets that have tremendous appeal outside of the Friends theme that you could see fitting into a modular city or something like that. I think that this Botanic Garden is one of those sets for this year, and I'm very excited to see what happens to the price post-retirement.
Totally agree. I didn't pick up 10. I think I picked up 4. Let me look over here. I see 3 on the ground over here, on the floor over here, but I thought it was 4, so one might be lost somewhere.
On the floor? You have Legos on the floor?
Just the boxes, just sitting upright, nicely lined up on my carpet in my office.
You're kicking them? I ought to kick you.
All right, DG, I know we're getting close to wrapping up this episode, but I want to do a little bit of looking into the future. Here we are at Shop at Home. I know Insiders Weekend is about to wrap up, but Black Friday on November 29th is coming right around the corner from the time of this recording, 4.5 days. And there's a couple of things they're advertising. This is the one that is most important to me. I am getting this day one. I'm getting the James Carrot GWP that goes with this awesome endurance ship. This is for personal collection. I will be opening them and building them. I think that this endurance ship is going to be a good investment, but it'll be out for a while, so I'll deal with that later when it gets close to retirement.
We talked about this set back when it was just a rumor. Now that it's been revealed, I'm really impressed. I love the cloth sails. It looks like it's really large in size, which is good to see. The one nitpick I do have is I don't love the black color used for the hull. Now, maybe it was done for accuracy, but I would have preferred dark reddish brown.
Yeah, I hear you. It was done for accuracy, and because of that, I love it. Because I'd rather be accurate than, the best display, if you will. I think to me, it displays so much better when I know that it's accurate.
Yeah.
And then if we keep on scrolling down, they highlight the GWPs again. Apparently, there's going to be this online Cyber Monday only GWP. You get them both for $50. I don't know what these are. They're probably little poly bags, but it's a little something to add. And then we keep on going down. There's an in-store GWP, an adorable little Santa and reindeer, and there's going to be discounts. And let's keep going a little further because now we get down to, they put this way at the bottom. Here we go. Lego Black Friday deals are back. And so they highlight, and this has been up for a while now, but they highlight different themes. It gives us a list of sets, and I'm assuming that these are going to be on sale. Now, I'm not going to call each of these out, but when we scroll down, we notice that most of them are sets that are not retiring at the end of this year. And so I don't think there is anything overly exciting in here. Maybe some personal collections items like the Dark Falcon, if that's on 4X points, for example. Yeah, but again, nothing is retiring. I think some of the other themes do have some retiring. Like I know the Ninjago City Gardens is listed in here, but that's currently out of stock.
Do you think they'll bring it back for Black Friday?
But yeah, I was going to say, it'd be interesting if that came back for Black Friday. So anyway, that's on Shop at Home. And then I wanted to show you here on Walmart. We already talked about the Office set, going to be $70 on November 25th. And then this other one that is retiring. I think there are 5 sets that are going on huge discount for Walmart Plus members first. 3 of them are not retiring.
I do like this better than a lot of the Hogwarts sets. It's more of an iconic location from I think Deathly Hallows Part 1. Can't exactly remember. From one of the later movies. Hogwarts gets remade all the time, but I think this courtyard and specifically the Battle of Hogwarts doesn't get remade a whole lot. So I do like this set at $45. But at this point, my budget is just fully tapped out. I'm probably not going to add another SKU to my inventory.
And then one final look ahead is here at Target, looking at the weekly ad. So now we see the 3-day Black Friday deals. Notice this 40% off. Pink Parrot is shown. The Invisible Hand not retiring at the end of this year. Up House not retiring at the end of this year. But if we click on this, and then we can click over here to view eligible items, and you can scroll down, and then you can click show all, it will pop up what I presume are the sets that are going to be 40% off. And I don't think there's anything too exciting in here, but something to be aware of. Let's click over to page 2 real quick. 40% off of the train station, maybe okay. $60 for a train station with some train track, not bad. And then scrolling down, maybe this dream set at 40% off. There's some uniqueness there.
I wonder if we'll get 40% off Mrs. Oz's Space Bus at $70. So what's 40% off 70 would be $42 for a set that's originally $100.
Not bad there either. Yeah. So there could be something of interest.
And one thing I do want to point out is last year in December, Walmart had a sale that must have been by accident because a lot of sets were 60, 70, 80, 85% off. They lasted just minutes, and there were some stock issues with people placing orders and getting canceled, which doesn't usually happen on Walmart. But for those that were able to secure some sets, like for example, I was able to get some Friends sets, $20 Aaliyah's Room sets for $3 a piece, 85% off. We can't count on this happening, but just know it's happened before. 2 years ago, Target had a glitch where every single set rang up as $15. So I remember talking to people that were speeding, running red lights to go to Target, pick up Assembly Square, a $300 set for $15. We can't count on this happening, but I want to have my credit cards already saved on the account, ready. So some crazy deal like that does pop up. I want to see if I can take advantage of that. So all this goes to say, hold your horses, hold some money for the end of Q4. Just because Black Friday is over doesn't mean the deals are done.
That's right. That's right. There will be more stuff, even early January sometimes. There's some, hey, it's time to really get rid of the final things that didn't sell before the holidays. So the next couple of months are still going to be exciting. exciting.
If you want to keep up on all that's going on with Lego investing, subscribe to this channel. Also subscribe to Kevin.
Good fun, DG. We talked about a lot of stuff. Sounds like you got a lot of great pickups. Hopefully a few more good deals. It sounds like you're mostly out of capital. I've got a little bit left for the next few weeks, and so I'll be sure to let you know if I get something good that you just can't get because you're out of cash.
Oh, you just love to dangle that right in front of me. Don't tempt me.
I know. Notice that throughout this episode, you said a couple of times that you've used your capital, and I never reacted to that because in my mind, I was like, yeah, except we all know when there's a really good deal that comes, you're going to find a way and be like, yeah, I picked up a couple more of these, or I picked up a couple of those.
Move
Like,
some money around. Or
I know that you're
something.
not done. You're mostly done, but there's going to be a few that you still come that you're going to be like, all right, I had to pull the trigger.
Sometimes it's just too good to pass up. So as longtime listeners of the podcast will know, I have given KDX grief for over a year on the UCS gunship. But I want everyone to know that I will no longer be roasting KDX because he did do me a favor and pitch me the Ideas Globe for 160. Thank you very much, Kevin.
Well, that takes the fun out of it. Now what are you going to poke me about? Because, I poked you back. We got to have something for each other.
Osh's Cottage.
Okay, good. So that one is still because I think the latest I've seen that one down to like $16, and I was still proud about picking them up at $25. I think the new standard price is like 20 on those, and they're going on sale for 16.
I've seen them for 17 everywhere.
Yeah.
As a call to the community, please, I would like some very talented mock designer to make a rubricable for Asha's Cottage because there are tons of these sets floating out there. It's obviously a terrible set. Nobody wants to build it. But if we can pick up multiple copies for $17 a piece, if somebody can make a really cool custom build out of 4 or 5 of these, I would love to see it. And I might be incentivized to pick some up.
At least I finally find something to do with the 3 copies that I have.
Thank you very much for watching. We will see you again soon.